There are two things in focus today. The first is food, and the second is why in the world did the CIA head, William Burns, come to Moscow and met Russia's intelligence head? This is day number 6 of Russia's nationwide lockdown, and things are looking depressing. Bleak November morning, getting cold, dry, overcast, no sun, empty streets, parking spots mostly taken, meaning people are staying home, and this is depressing. And this is what my mood is exactly, depressing. There are talks of this lockdown extension for another week or perhaps longer. So I decided to go to wholesale market and do some food shopping. Not because I am afraid that food supply chain will get broken soon, but simply because we've run out of food. I decided to get a bulk because I don't want to go back and forth to a store like every other day. So this early morning before work, I came to our closest wholesale market and I got this. Potatoes, about 40 pounds. A crate of apples, about 30 pounds. A crate of grapes, that's the favorite brand of my wife. And a crate of tangerines, pretty good ones. Also a little bit of carrots, tomatoes, cubes, some farmer's cheese, some nuts, things like that. So this is the catch of the day, the staples that will last us for a couple weeks. And, this everyday stuff like butter, milk, bread, meat, we go to stores next door. And we never buy them in bulk because they're always available at the hand's reach. There are two things in focus today. The first is food. What's going on with the food supply? Are Russians panicking? Are they flooding food stores and hoarding everything they can touch? And the second is, why in the world did the CIA head, William Burns, come to Moscow and met Russia's intelligence head? Huh? From what we are hearing on the TV, both Russian and American, the countries are sworn enemies. The Russian hackers meddling with the US elections, trying to install the president as their own puppet, destroying the way of life, etc. Why would the CIA director come to the very, very heart of its sworn enemy and meet the sworn enemy? Let's find out. The roads are half empty and foggy. 6 days into lockdown. Are there any food shortages? Are there any lines? Is there any panic? Are there tons of Russians running around and trying to get some food? Especially now, since we just learned yesterday that there are rumors that this lockdown is going to be extended for a couple more weeks, and the executive order was issued for one of the provinces, at least one in Russia, to go for 7 more days on this lockdown. So, is there any panic? The store, the entrance is right there behind me. Let's check it out. Let's go on the inside. There are barely people here. It's about 6:30 p.m. on a weekday. I don't see any hoarding. I don't see any shortages. This is the section that would be hit first if a bad situation comes and people start buying in bulk pasta, because it's cheap, it lasts a long time, it doesn't spoil. In March of 2020, this was gone first. This aisle was empty. This is a little cheaper ones, packages, and that one is a little more expensive, imported. Instant noodles, buckwheat, different porridges, This is the stuff that Russians live on. As you see, no shortages, no hoarding, business as usual. Very, very usual. Further down the roads, meat, produce. This is my most favorite part of the store, the produce. I don't need to buy anything because I have plenty of stuff in my home. But this is where I usually shop at. Spend most of my time at a food supermarket. We have all the staples that we need. Dairy section, the seafood section right there, cheese section, sausages are down the aisle. The lines at the checkouts are about average for this time of day. If you could look behind me right there, you see some short lines, a few people at every cashier. It's just about the parking lot. Usually you can't hardly find any spots here. This is how our parking lot looks like at night. There's not one single vacant spot. It's pretty bad. But this is usual. I just learned a good news. Well, finally, something good for a change. I'll let you know tomorrow. Thanks for watching.